Guys, Asher Commander today, Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the video, guys. Glad to have you all here with me today. And hey, I'm sending some positive vibes your way, some love if you need it out there today. I say that almost every video here. Probably one of those things that you repeat and it loses its meaning, but I just know some people in real life, honestly, who, you know, are going through a really tough time right now. And it sucks to see people that you're friends with, that you love, struggle. And I know that some of you guys, you know, we might not be real life friends, but you tune in to me every day, and I really appreciate that. So I say it because I truly mean it, you know. What good can I do? What positive vibes can I send through the monitor or the screen or whatever? I don't know, but maybe giving you a break from the norm. Basically, everybody's saying the world is burning because probably it is. Might be good for some people out there, a couple of you, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Guys, it's update day. No easy segue from that, is there? It's update day in Watcher of Realms. I haven't watched 1 second, whether the Forerunner server or anywhere else, of anything Gear Raid 4, but I can already tell you I have an absolute favorite hero that if you are lucky enough to have this crappy mage, congratulations. I actually made a video on her, I guess somewhat recently, and it's Kriya. That's right, Kriya. I'm going to show you the team that I'm using for Gear Raid 4 right now. Gear Dungeon is, so to speak. How do you guys feel about it? I think it's freaking hard. It's very hard. She has anti-healing. She also has a lot of damage, right, Kriya? Let me rephrase that. She also has a decent amount of damage, provided she has good gear and, you know, she's skilled up. Do I have her skilled up? I don't, but I'm not sure if I want to put legendary skill. Should I? I should. Well, who cares? You only live once. It's only Watcher of Realms. I've told myself I'm going to stop hemming and hawing. I'm just going to start investing, right? Do things the irresponsible way a little bit more, right? Paralysis by analysis is a deadly thing. We want to avoid that here on the channel. So I will have you know that one the legendary you know, awakening or whatever that I had, that legendary soul stone crystal, whatever the hell it's called. I finally used it. I used it on Ajax like I initially wanted to. So I have him at A3 now. Anyway, Kriya now is, you know, she's leveled up a little bit here, right? And actually, we can probably cap it here. I'm not going to use legendaries just for the damage on the basic. Anyway, these crows, now that we have her awakened too, they're going to dominate for us. But even if you don't have her all the way awakened, it's A1, right? The attack interval of Stormcrow is reduced by 1 second. There's a 25% chance of inflicting anti-healing when attacking. Obviously, we need mages, magic damage, I should say, right? Having Lasir is also incredible, right? Most people are using Lasir. Let's take a look at the raid. Again, this is not meant to be a comprehensive guide or anything like that. I've just cleared stage 3 just to show you the team, give you my initial thoughts. I was going to make a video, by the way, talking about kind of one of my biggest gripes with the game, but I'm going to save that for another day now. But it had to do around, like, not the lack of content, because they're doing great. It's the first year, Immortal Codex, the Tide, if you can really get excited about the Tide. I feel like we always kind of hit a wall. Everybody's probably the same, right? You hit a wall, and then you're like, I'll just wait a few months or whatever, a few weeks, and try it again, and probably it'll work then, right? So not much strategy there. Faction Wars gets kind of repetitive, honestly. Faction Trials. I'm not like disliking the game or trying to throw shade at it, but I felt like we really needed new content. And this is difficult. To me, I find it incredibly difficult. Obviously, I have a fairly endgame account, or close to there. I have the heroes, I just don't have the gear. So I'm like right there on the doorstep. Anyway, stage 3, I'm going to turn off Power of Dominance here, and we're going to go in. This is the team that I used. Nice and free-to-play friendly. All epics. I mean, 2 epics. Vortex and Baron. Actually, let me make myself a little bit smaller. And let me flip myself around here, guys. We're not even going to edit this video. I just want to get it out, give my thoughts. And for me, again, Kriya actually performed. I have Lasir as well at A3. Kriya performed a little bit better than Lasir for me. Just a little bit more damage, right? Not as much anti-healing as him, though. But either way, I really like Kriya. Well, I shouldn't say I really like Kriya. I like Kriya now. I like her. She went from one of the worst to respectable, at least in yours truly's eyes. So we have Morrigan and we have King Hars. We're actually not going to play, I don't think, either of these heroes unless we get into a tricky little dicey situation. Instead, we're going to use them as our lords, and then we're going to use Valkyra. Valkyra's so freaking good. She does magic damage, she debuffs, she's awesome. Her range is insanely good for this stage. And then we need a lot of defenders, and we need some mages. So I'm running Regulus, I'm running Baron, I'm running, actually, let me take Baron out. We should be adding Ola again because he is the proper faction, right? So we want to take full advantage there, especially because King Hars's shield, it's based on how many faction allies are on the squad, right? So Kriya, Comet, and Vierna are going to be my main DPS. Everybody else is there to tank, heal. I'm only running one healer. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get away with that as I progress, though, because things get just mighty difficult, right? So let's go ahead and set up, like, these are the 2 choke points, obviously, but I really want to kind of, again, I haven't watched any content or whatever, so you guys let me know what strategy you're using, especially anybody who's cleared 4 and 5 or whatever, right? But I'm thinking I might have to utilize like these platforms over here in Cycle to mitigate the insane swarm of mobs that come from the north. Obviously, they spawn also from the west over here. Then we have the boss up here in the corner. So we have 1 portal to protect. So what I'm trying to do here is basically run a 3 defender or 1 fighter, 2 defenders over here just because of the enormous swarm of mobs coming through. Obviously, using a Cerberus will help out tremendously there. I could clear it with Cerberus as well, but I figured I'd just run it with a bunch of tanks instead in case you guys don't have him. Odds are you don't have all these, you know, heroes anyway, so whatever. I'm just gonna, again, showing you my team. What I want to do here is I want to clear the content with my main heroes, and then I want to go back in and start using epics, and then bring those epic teams to you guys, right? Specifically on stage 3, which I feel like is going to be where most people get caught up. Anyway, I digress. So we're basically setting up, like, I can use Olog over here. I can use Regulus in the middle. I can actually go double time speed here. And then I want to put down my DPS and my healer. I basically start building the entire south first before we worried about anything else. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run a... we can run Comet down here. I don't think it matters where I run Comet versus Kriya versus wherever. I'm just going to do it like I did it the first time, and we need a healer like pronto. Regulus, my man, is holding on to life. There we go. So Vortex, Furcy, Ezrin, those are some of my favorite healers. I love the fact that Furcy and Vortex can get everybody that we need in these areas, in both these, defending both these choke points under his range. So right now, I am going to Valkyra. I was late on Valkyra. Hopefully nobody sneaks in. Another thing you guys should look out for, no matter who you have, whatever, obviously every account's going to be different, right? But any tanks that have good CC, I mean, that is going to be crucial for these areas. So I think that Brokir's the best defender in the game, probably just in a vacuum, but he's certainly the best, I think, for this stage, right? So I can defend with Brokir here in the, on this side, I should say, excuse me. And the best thing about Brokir is he's got the freeze, right? So he can bring the control to help us stay, you know, with everything. I'm going to run Kriya over here facing up. Everything's looking pretty good so far, guys. I like to kind of when the mobs start approaching, I like to slow things down because that's when, as you guys probably are aware, things get really, really crazy. So Kriya, we're not going to run just yet. Comet is basically holding it down as the main DPS, along, I should say, with Valkyra over here on the left. Just got to be careful. I want to say that I have on every single defender that I'm using an artifact to give +1 block. It's huge for me, right? Let's go ahead and use Kriya. And let's just wait one more second here. I'm actually going to use Valkyra over here because things are not progressing. I can use Kriya right now. And you can see she's going to do some really nice damage. And she's also going to be... I'm going to use Vierna too. I'm going to use everybody. I shouldn't have popped... it was a mistake to pop Brokir there, but hopefully we'll be okay. So you can see things are starting to really stack up here. Comet is thankfully close to his ultimate, which is good. But let's go ahead and pop... I want to save it for this big group of mobs coming through right now, right? You can see the Storm Crows that Kriya summons. I mean, they did a hell of a good job over here too, right? They do some really nice damage. Okay. So things are going to get dicey over here in the bottom, right? But this is basically it. I have my 2 lords unplayed, and Kriya's already ready to go here. I should probably use her right now. So you can see this damage is going to start. It's going to start coming fast and furious. And look at that, man. Like, look at those crows. They deal a lot of damage. Okay, speaking of a lot of damage, we need you, Comet. We need you, buddy. I was way too late on Comet there. It might cost me. Let's see. Luckily, Valkyra is ready to go with her ult. Gonna pop everybody. No one snuck through, thank goodness. Get a lot of sneak throughs here. And we're gonna avoid that. Everything's good. So we're gonna start going 2x speed. Now we might be in a world of hurt. I was so incredibly late on Comet that, yeah, I don't think we're gonna be. We might not be able to prevent all these mobs from coming through here. Let's see what we can do. Let's do Kriya. Let's do Vierna. Let's just do Brokir, might as well. And, okay. Okay, did we lose Olag? No, Olag's still alive. We're good. Regulus is about ready to proc. That's good. Okay, we're good. We're great. We're great. Now, what you can do, too, also, guys, if you're having problems just killing everybody in time, right? You can run somebody with the range where Kriya is facing to the west, right? So it's another, like, option here. Again, this is far from a comprehensive guide. This is literally the first hour I've played it, but I wanted to kind of react to the update, to the new content with you guys in today's video. So we're at this point, I can pull Olag and just put like a Morrigan down here just to kind of help DPS down. I can pop Kriya again, pop everybody basically. Gotta be careful over here, but the damage is plentiful there. Comet, let's pop him. Vierna, everybody join in. And there we go. So let's see the damage here, guys. What do we got? What do we got? We have... Come on. Come on. All right. So we have, obviously... Oh, look at that Valkyra, dude. She is so good. Valkyra, Comet, and then Vierna. Just keep in mind, Vierna and Kriya... like neck and neck here. Like that's, to me, that's pretty dang significant, right? Now, Vierna and Kriya, they were facing kind of to the north, and they had less overall mobs to deal with, so don't hold the numbers of Valkyra and Comet against Vierna and Kriya. It's just their positioning in this battle, right? I will say, though, the fact that Vierna, or Valkyra, outdamaged Comet is pretty dang incredible, right? I want to show you, I mean, you guys can look at this in the game too, so you don't need me to do it for you. But I want to show you some of the teams so far that have been clearing this content. So we're seeing Dolores used a lot. I didn't use Dolores, but she's literally in almost every team here. So Dolores, we're seeing a lot of Vortex, as I used. Seeing a lot of Lasir. We're seeing a lot of Comet. Some Boreas. I haven't built Artemis yet, but we're seeing a lot of Artemis. Now I feel like I should. And then, even if they don't have the same faction, you're seeing the same factions being utilized here, right? So you could use Iona, you could use Isadel as your faction lords as well. Definitely will benefit even from the Northerners and even Iona, obviously, to get more damage if you're going to be using Vierna. Laurel for rage cycling, right? A lot of Hollow to get back to the ultimates of, I'm sure, like a Boreas and a Comet and a Vierna, right? So having one of those mages is going to be pretty crucial. I thought about maybe using in Lasir, as we mentioned earlier, and even Greed is actually pretty dang good from what I've seen here. I saw him on a few other teams earlier too. Let's see if they have popular heroes. That's still okay. Highly recommended. Brokir, Regulus. Okay. Hex, though. I thought about Hex. I haven't seen anybody, like, in my clan really using him, but I imagine he would be good because he's a marksman, of course, who deals magic damage, right? Magic damage type. So, I figure that Hex might be a good option for you guys, especially as we get to higher difficulty stages. So expect more, you know, best epics for Gear Raid 4 type content coming at you guys. I want to show you them a little bit in action too, but first I just want to clear this stuff, you know, with my normal heroes that I'm using. That way I can say, okay, this hero would make sense to substitute over here and vice versa, whatever. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think of this new dungeon. I think it's hard, but I'm also excited for some new content in the game, honestly. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and hey, we'll end on the same note that we started with. Send us some positive vibes. Much love your way today. Thank you for watching until the end, and as always, take care, guys.